Hi guys, it's St. Jamis here, and I'm going to be teaching you how to make custom models in Gmax for anything really. But if you got Gmax, go ahead and open it up. I got mine already loaded up. This is going to be a really basic tutorial, so all I'm really going to show you is an easy way to kind of place your models and move them around. Um, an easy way to combine the different objects for a model so that you save more space in the long run when you combine it, or then just having them all different kinds of pieces. It's easier to have it one big piece. I'm not going to cover texturing in this one because honestly don't know how to do it. I'm just really good at making models. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make a kind of basic-ish building. Um, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start with this box right here. And when I build stuff, I generally build from the top screen, only because you can get the sense of how big your building or whatever model you're using is going to be, and it's kind of easier so that you can look in the perspective and see how high you want it. You can also look at the left and the front views too, but I generally prefer to do it this way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start with my basic square here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and bring that up to right about there. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Okay, so right here we have our basic building, and when I right click it, I could go to convert to, oh here, that's not, there we go. Convert to editable mesh, poly, and patch. I generally, to manipulate it, I do the mesh and then click vertex, and these little blue points are what you use to basically manipulate your object to give it a more stylized shape. But you can also make boxes with more than four of those moving points, basically, using these length, width, and height segments. And that's going to put a blue dot in every little square piece. So, like, if I want to create something with just a double amount, um, basically, what it would look like is I have this, and this is a similar shape, roughly the same size. I would right click this and go to convert editable mesh and hit this, and notice that these red dots right here that I've just highlighted are all brand new, because I've added one more segment to the height, the length, and the width. So what that allows me to do is if I take this move tool, I can move these in any direction that I want to. And that's basically what that is for. I'm going to go ahead and delete this object because I don't want it. And now we're just going to start making our basic building. So what we have is just a simple square. Doesn't matter what shape or size your square is, as long as you have a square that you kind of want your building to look like. There's going to be more things we do later on to give it more of a building-esque feel to it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to highlight these two top corners of the building on the front side view. You can do the left, you can do the top, whatever. Just be careful with the top. You will, if you highlight and select, you're going to grab the other two below the top section. So that's why I generally like to use the front or the left side, whatever you prefer. You can just control hit the other dots on the top screen, but again, you run that risk of grabbing the wrong dot and then having to control Z and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do right now is just kind of bring these in a little bit, kind of bevel it out, and so my building is going to look like this right now. And then I'm going to go to the left side and I'm going to grab the front two and I'm going to bring those in a little bit as well. So it almost kind of looks like a pyramid. So now that we have this basic shape, I want to put a walkway on top of it. So next I'm just gonna go ahead and make another box. What I'm gonna do is make it the exact same size. So one way you can do that is by lining up your create tool with the lines of the current box inside of the little black lines on the corner of your create tool. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to drag and make sure the white line covers this tan line that I'm using so that it's exactly the same shape or close to. And now I'm just going to go ahead and bring it up just a little ways. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go to the front view and I'm going to pull this up to right about here so that we give it um, kind of a walkway around the top of the building here. And notice that I have 4 sections in that. I didn't change the height, length, and width segments, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep it like that for now. A cool thing that we can do with this is kind of, oops, a really cool thing we can do with this right now is I'm just going to grab one of these dots and I'm going to move it up. And you can do whatever dot you want, but I really want to grab a hold of this corner dot here and just kind of bring it up a little bit. For the purpose that I'm doing this, I'm thinking as more of a cover purpose than for looks. Obviously, it doesn't look too well, but as far as cover's concerned, I believe that it would actually work very well. It's great to duck behind and whatnot. And again, you don't have to do this exactly the same way I am, it's just the way that I am doing it. So after you get this the way that you want it to look, um, we're going to combine these two objects. So we kind of have this funky shape on top of here, and what we're going to want to do is just go ahead and go back to the standard shapes and see where it says standard primitives. Just click that and go to compound objects. Go ahead and click Boolean, and then down here you get a number of operations. Union is basically taking two objects and merging them into one. It can create some complications within the mesh though, so just be careful when you're getting ready to import a game. Make sure and run some checks so that you're not having any mesh collision errors and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and click that and then click pick operation B and then click the other object that you want to combine this with. So basically what we would be doing is combining the top and the bottom half of this building. So now we have one big object. When we right click it and go to convert, go to convert editable mesh, we'll hit that little button that pops up with the dots, and now we have the dots for both objects, so we can freely move these around as we want. So now what I'm going to do is, since I have this basic object, I want to give it a little bit more feel. I want to make it so that you can walk inside of the object. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create another box, and I'm going to make sure that it is just big enough so that when I bring it up, it doesn't quite touch the roof. So we want it to look square on the inside. And so now that I've done that, I'm gonna just go ahead and leave it like this, and I'm gonna move it up just a hair so we can create a floor. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and go back to the Boolean. What we want to do is subtract B from A. In this case, A is our current building, and B is the block that we just put inside it. And we're going to want to click, oops, we're going to want to click the object that is inside of the object that we want to get rid of here. Oh, sorry, my bad. We want to subtract A from B. So now that we've done that, we're going to want to create another box. Okay, so now we have our other simple little box, and it's going to be about the same level as the floor that we just made with the box. So we're going to go back to our compound object and do the exact same thing. So now we have a door inside of our building, and we can actually go in here, and if you open up your perspective, you can go in here and actually look around inside of what we just made. Now that we've done all that, we have a very basic building. It doesn't look nice, but I mean, again, yours will probably look different. It's just an idea. You don't have to do it exactly the same way I am. But that's the basics. You have a square-like building with a door so that you could go inside of the building and do whatever you want within on the inside and things like that. So now what I'm going to show is I'm going to open up a tower that I've did, but I'm going to save this really quick. And I'll save this building as tutorial building. And I think I just spelled that wrong, but I don't care. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and open up this called pillar. Okay, so this is a object that I created yesterday for a friend of mine. And notice how it has these grooves in it. When I created this object, it was actually 4 or 5 different objects that I did. The base of this triangular piece that I put the grooves in was actually one thing, and these pieces that are grooved are actually another object, and the top is actually 2 objects that, or 3 objects that I've put together. And so notice there's kind of a clipping error there and a clipping error there. Those are all things that can kind of mess up Sapien or whatever if you're trying to put stuff in a Halo. So always make sure and run your tests to make sure that there's no mesh errors and things like that. And that's basically the end of the tutorial, and I hope you guys learned something. So thanks for watching.